Linda Angel.
Trying to compose myself a little bit. Sorry. That was amazing, Tamara. Just amazing. I'm going to try to do this from here, and you know I'm not good at that. I do have the cordless on so I can wander if I need to, but I'm going to teach a little bit today. And some of you like it when I teach and some of you don't. This whole section is empty, which is a little disconcerting. I don't know whether the people who regularly sit there just aren't here today, or if something has happened while I've been gone in this section. I'm not exactly sure. So what is changeless? I have no plan of talking about changeless, but I want to clarify from my perspective a little bit that spirit, that the divine, that whatever you call it, that is changeless. Our life experience had darn well better change from time to time because sometimes we really want it to change. Sometimes we're really happy with the way things are. And then we don't want things to change, but they always will. Our experience can change. The things that happen on the physical plane are going to change, but spirit will never change. God always says,
Yes.
Okay, two of you. God always says,
Yes.
To what? To what you're thinking, to what you're feeling, to exactly what you are giving out. Spirit says yes. That's what we teach here. So I want to talk about decision. I'm going to do at least this month and next month talking about the power of decision. And I'm basically going to teach you a class in either 2 or 3 20-minute talks. Don't ask me how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do my best. Have any of you ever read The Power of Decision by Raymond Charles Barker? Angie has. Good. Okay. That's good, actually, because then some of this material will be new. Raymond Charles Barker was always very strongly taught where I came from because he spent the last years of his life in the Palm Springs area at the church where I was originally trained. So I came to really appreciate and love Raymond Charles Barker because of his history there. He was a magnificent teacher, and I cannot urge you enough but to go out and get a couple of Raymond Charles Barker books and read them. But I'm going to teach you the power of decision. So Raymond Charles Barker opens his book in teaching us that we are intelligent beings, that spirit is intelligent, that God always says
Yes.
Very good. We're getting better. God always says yes. And it's our thinking and our emotions that have created all of our experiences. And that in fact we choose how to experience everything. We choose to react or not react. That's all there is to it. That's all we really teach here, believe it or not. And then he goes on to say, you ever made bad decisions, or what you consider bad decisions? Anybody ever made what they consider a bad decision? Most of you. That's encouraging. Because the rest of you can go. You don't need to hear this. But we all have the capacity to make good decisions. We are fully connected to this divine intelligence. And as intelligent beings connected to this divine intelligence, we can always make what we consider good decisions. I flat out decided, probably not quite 15 years ago when I first read this book, but at least 12 years ago, that I was never going to make another bad decision. That all decisions were going to be good decisions, and if I didn't like the results of the last good decision, I would make another good decision. I took that concept of making a bad decision out of my life, and it changed my life completely. Talk about empowerment to not ever make a bad decision. I don't have to worry about it. Problems come from unintelligence. And I have a list of things that I consider unintelligent. Sorry, I'm still a little sniffly from that. Worry. Worry is an unintelligent choice. Now I'm going to talk about trust. I'm not going to talk about trusting people, but I'm going to talk about trusting this divine intelligence that we talk about here. If you trust this divine intelligence, if you trust Spirit is moving in divine perfection through everything, what are you worrying about? Anybody ever worry? Two of you. No. Okay, come on. Tamara's worried in the back there. Stop worrying. It's all coming out exactly as it should. We're moving through life exactly as we should. We can let worry go. It's unintelligent. Fear is unintelligent. Same thing. What are we afraid of? Generally, we're afraid of things not working out the way we want. Something that we love being taken away. Something that we want that isn't ours not getting to us. All kinds of crazy things. We're often afraid of making the wrong decisions, making the wrong choices. It's all perfect. We can let it go. Hate. Well, hate is a mind filled with a lot of negative emotions, mostly that are inward, but you're projecting them outward. So hate is projecting outward, obviously an unintelligent choice. Resentment. Now I wrote what resentment was, because these are a list that Raymond Charles Barker had. And resentment is blame and mistrust. Back to that trust. Who are we trusting? What are we trusting? Resentment means we put trust in another physical being that, oh, they didn't live up to our expectations. Should we be surprised that Spirit is where we place our trust? Do not place your trust in worldly things. Our trust needs to be in Spirit. Lack of forgiveness. I added this one because forgiveness is something I talk about as much as I can. So many people are living their lives in anger, resentment, blame, and as soon as you can let that go and live in complete forgiveness of yourself and of others, you are free. And who doesn't want to be free? We all want that sense of freedom. Forgive yourself and everyone else by knowing that no one is perfect, that everyone has made mistakes. Who here has never made a mistake? See, you're listening. No hands went up. We all make mistakes. Let it go. It's part of our humanity. If you can let go of these things, you will be filled with freedom and joy and a deep love of life and of everything in it. Doesn't that sound kind of cool? It's awesome. It is absolutely awesome to live in this kind of freedom. And I can tell you that because I do it. Not 24/7, 365, but damn close. Okay, I give myself 10 minutes to get upset about things these days, and that's about it, and then I move on. These unintelligent choices are stealing your joy. We're better than this. What we are mind in action. We are the divine moving through this physical plane. Your thoughts and your emotions create your experience of everything. If you think something's good, no matter what it is, it's good. Rick's daughter rolled her car last Friday, I think, and her car had been in an accident, and it was falling apart, and it wasn't running, and she was very concerned and claimed she didn't have the money to get a new car. And she's driving down a little road, and she hit some sand and lost control of it, went off the road, rolled the car. She's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Not even a scratch. The insurance company is giving her about twice as much as she thought her car was worth, and she's going to be able to go get a new car with a very low monthly payment and have a brand new car if that's what she chooses. Stop judging what's happening and know that something better is coming no matter what's going on. It's all good. Stop judging yourself by your past. Now, we've all done this. We've all said, well, you know, I tried that once and it didn't really work out, so I don't think I can do that. I told myself for years I couldn't play a musical instrument because I used to pound on Daddy's piano and it sounded terrible, and he told me to get out of the room. So I thought I couldn't play a musical instrument. Have we proved that wrong, Rick? Kind of. Kind of. Okay, I'm not to Rick's level, but, you know, I could play my bass a little bit, and I can certainly play a moyo drum. Anybody can, but that's okay. I've learned so much about music in these last 8 or 9 years. It's incredible. We need to let go of whatever has gone on in our past that is holding us back and focus on the greatest possibilities that are out there for us. Who's got great possibilities out there? Yay! Everybody has great possibilities. Keep your attention on those possibilities. Spirit is all good and only sees the best in you. There is no reason for you to be judging yourself or anything else. God only sees the good. If God is all good, God can only see good. That's all there is. That's all you are. That's all Spirit sees. There's a chapter in this book called, or a subchapter, that's no excuses. Has anybody made a mistake and, you know, somebody kind of nails you on your mistake and you say, yeah, but, you know, this happened and this happened and this happened and that's why I did it. Anybody ever done that? 2 of you. Okay. No, there's more than one. About half of you. The rest of you are already angels. We have to release excuses. We don't need to make them. Excuses are, what did I always say, Rick? Excuses just try to make us sound reasonable. Was that the one I used a lot? Excuses just try to make us sound reasonable. Except if you've made a mistake and do something different. That's all it takes. If you've made a wrong choice, if you've thought some negative things, if you've been dealing with negativity in your life, make a new choice. That's all we have to do. We are divinely intelligent. We can make new choices. Focus on what you want. Trust Spirit. Let go of trying to control everything. We don't need to do that anymore. I don't need to do that anymore. I can completely let go. There's a quote that I absolutely love about past and mistakes and things like that. Raymond Charles Barker says, "Will my decisions today be based on today's experience, guided by the wisdom of the past," which means what life has taught me, "or will they be determined only by past memory patterns?" So many of us have lived in patterns that have been created from past memories. I've always done it this way. I'll always do it this way. I always had this experience. I'll always have that experience. It doesn't have to be the truth about you. You have the power and the ability to change that. Each and every one of us can do that. So again, we must shift our attention from what we don't want to experience. Stop filling your life with worry and negativity and fear, and move into a space of standing